my time management tips and mom hacks. Time is of the essence when you are a mom. At any given moment, we are juggling 100 things and trying to remain somewhat calm. You have to use your time wisely as a mom and know where it's going. Of course, your downtime and self-care is important and very needed, but you can't expect to accomplish things if you don't have a plan of attack, and realize that things will indeed slip through the cracks if you are spending 5 hours a day scrolling your feed or walking around in circles, not knowing what to do. So these are some of my just best used things that I do throughout the day to keep on top of everything. So set a timer to get things done. Race against the clock. I love doing this. I'll set a timer for 10 minutes and I'll just go to town and see what I can get done in 10 minutes. This is also really good to do with the kids. If you are reheating your dinner in the microwave, use that timer to tidy something up around you. How many times do we put things in for 45 seconds and then just stand there and wait for it? I will do something and it's amazing what you can accomplish with 45 seconds. Put things in the dishwasher. Put the milk and butter away, whatever it is, use your time wisely. Clean as you cook in the kitchen. I know this is probably harder for some people. My husband is horrible at cleaning as he goes in the kitchen, but I like to put things away as much as possible. If I'm done with the olive oil or the salt and pepper, putting things back when I'm done with it is also a very smart thing to do when you're cooking in the kitchen. For me anyways, it just leaves less of a mess to clean up. Never leave a room empty-handed. If you are walking out of your bedroom and there's something there that's meant to go in the bathroom and you're walking right by the bathroom, grab it and put it in the bathroom. Another tip, put down your phone. I know we are all like, it's crazy to think of how much time we spend on our phones, but really if there's things you're not accomplishing, chances are you could accomplish it with spending less time on your phone. It's something that's been really beneficial to me too. Establish check-in times. This is something that I do. I have 3 check-in times throughout the day. I have one in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. And they just kind of keep me on track. Once I get to that specific check-in time, there's certain things in my mind that I like to have done. And if they're not done, then whatever, but it just kind of keeps me on a good schedule throughout the day. Incorporate daily resets. This is something I like to do after every meal. I like to have the kitchen tidied up. It just makes me feel so much better instead of leaving everything until the evening, because I know how I feel at the end of the evening or at the end of a very busy day. I don't want to do anything else. And when I look around and I see a very messy kitchen and living room, it's just not something I want to deal with at that time. My mindset just isn't there. So if I do these little kind of resets throughout the day, it just leaves the evening a whole lot less overwhelming and stressful for me with a lot less to do. Ditch the long to-do list and choose 3 tasks or top priorities for the day. These could be anything you want, but don't start off your day with a long, never-ending to-do list. Just pick 3 things that you'd really like to get done. And tell your time where to go. Try something like time blocking is also an awesome time management tip for you. Another great mom hack is if you see something that doesn't belong, pick it up. I'm always trying to teach my kids this. Like if you're walking by something that's on the floor and it should go somewhere else, pick it up, put it away. If it's garbage, put it in the garbage. If it belongs in your kids' room, take it to your kids' room. It's just something really simple. Implement a catch-all bucket for the end of the night. Any type of bucket, just put it in one of your main spaces, and at the end of the night, any kind of straggling things that are around your home, put it in the bucket, and then it's just easier to take things from room to room. Prep some dinner items ahead of time or get pots and pans out ready to go. What I mean by this is every day before I go out to get the kids off the bus, I always go ahead and get my utensils and things out ready for dinner. So if it's pasta night, for example, I'll go ahead and I'll fill our big thing with water. I'll go ahead and get the pasta out. I will get the pasta sauce. I'll get the can opener. I will get the frying pan if I'm sauteing veggies or whatever it is. I'll go ahead and get everything out and ready to go, because goodness knows at that exact moment when dinner starts, everybody needs everything. And if I have those few things ready to go, it's just a game changer with how smoothly dinner goes for me. Another awesome mom hack is to delegate tasks to members of your family or to outsource. So it could be as simple as maybe your oldest takes care of getting rid of the lunch bags at the end of the day from school. Maybe you're ordering your groceries online, which is amazing. I'm so glad I started doing that. Maybe you have a delivery service that even drops them off to you. Taking things off your plate that you can is an awesome time management skill for moms, if you can. But there's always things you can do that are really not going to cost you any money at all. Simplify something that really overwhelms you. So again, that's where systems come in. If laundry is really overwhelming, or getting up the morning before for school and things aren't done, think of what you can be doing to make the process better for you. Give yourself times for specific tasks, do what you can, and then move on. So same thing, timing yourself for things like that. Maybe you really want to get something put away, give yourself 10 minutes, do what you can, and then move on. And tidy as you go. That's one of my main time management tips, is to not leave everything to the last minute. Again, going back to the mindset thing, think of how you feel at the end of the day. If you're just leaving everything to pile up, chances are you're going to be bitter, you're going to be tired, things might not get done, and then you're leaving it to the next day and the next day and the next day. Tidying as you go is one of the simplest things you can do. It may seem kind of counterintuitive when you're tidying something up just for it to get messy again, but really it does help, especially with that mindset at the end of a very busy day. Another mom hack is to pair a mundane task with a mundane task. What I mean by this is that if you are really wanting to listen to a new audiobook, but you feel like you don't have the time, maybe pair it while you are having a shower, or when you are cleaning something, things like that. I will always clean the shower while I'm having a shower. I will wash the sink while I'm brushing my teeth, just little things like that. Stick to a schedule for the things that are constantly causing you overwhelm. So again, things like laundry, cleaning, sticking to a schedule is really beneficial. Another mom hack is to try a brain dump. This is something I talk about all the time. Anytime I'm feeling the least bit overwhelmed, or I feel like I have a lot of things on my plate, I sit down with a piece of paper and I just write everything down. Whether it's neat or tidy or actually gets used or put to a calendar, just writing it down is such a great way to just kind of declutter your mind and see what really is important and what isn't. Another awesome mom hack is that everything should have its place. Everything in our home has a place. If things don't have places, chances are it's just too much stuff for us and it gets sent out the door. Learn to use my counting your minutes method. So a little backstory about this is when I was, again, a first-time mom, and there was just all of these things, and I felt like I was just always going into a messy room, or I always had to do this, I always had to do that. I was the only person that ever did this, and oh my goodness, Cheerios on the floor again, and I just cleaned it up. I started counting my minutes, and it's been a huge, huge game changer for me and my mindset. I've been doing it since my oldest was little, so that's like 8 years now. And it's something I talk about all the time, but essentially what it is you think of the time that it takes to do something instead of the dreaded task itself. So for example, if you hate emptying your dishwasher, the next time you go to do it, time how long it actually takes you to do it. And you're going to be surprised that it maybe took you 4 or 5 minutes to actually do it. So then the next time you have to empty your dishwasher and you're dreading it, think of the limited time it takes to actually do it instead of the task. So this works for anything. It can work for making your bed or cleaning the playroom. You could time your tasks all day long and realize that all of this stuff you were stressing out about maybe took you a half hour in total. And when you minus that from the amount of hours in a day that you're actually up and out and about, you realize, gee, I was stressing out over nothing. So it's really something that's been super helpful for me. And again, something I do every day. Now when I have to sweep 15 times a day instead of, oh my gosh, I got to sweep again. It's like, okay, this will take, 30 seconds and I'll be done. So it's just a great mindset shift.